Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a horror thriller film, The Furies. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. One day in the forest, we see a woman running away from an ugly masked man. During her escape, she trips and breaks her ankle, exposing her bones. Then as the masked man approaches her slowly with a scythe, another man with a smoother mask saves her and attacks the man attacking the woman. The smooth masked guy then kills the ugly masked man by slicing his stomach with his scythe, which lets his guts out. After winning against him, the smooth masked guy carries the woman over the distance as the screen glitches out, which reveals that all is a part of a deadly game. The next day at night, a woman named Kay is talking to her friend Maddie. Maddie is doing graffiti on the underpass, and she insists that Kay should join in the fun. However, Kay refuses as she only wants to watch Maddie do her art. This disappoints Maddie, and she lectures Kay that she needs to be more fun and independent. Kay reasons that she can't since she has epilepsy, but Maddie tells her it's just a sad excuse for being scared to do things on her own. Maddie tells her this because she will be leaving Kay and they will be going separate ways in life eventually. However, Kay tells her she'll just follow Maddie instead. This causes Maddie to get mad and tells Kay that she's only a burden to her since she has had to babysit Kay ever since their childhood. This hurts Kay, so she breaks their friendship as they part ways. However, as they both leave, Kay hears that Maddie is screaming for help. She then follows Maddie's voice and sees her being kidnapped above the underpass. Shortly after, Kay is knocked out and also gets kidnapped. The following moment, Kay is seen with a bloody eye as someone is doing surgery on her eye. After a while, she wakes up inside a box labeled Beauty 6 and she hurts her head. Kay gets out of the box and finds herself in the middle of the forest. She also notices that her left eye is bleeding. After that, Kay looks around the forest while looking for Maddie. Shortly after, she finds a skeleton, which makes her panic and screams out for help. Suddenly, two girls sneak up on her and cover her mouth to keep her quiet. After she calms down, they ask her name and tell Kay not to alert the people who trapped them there. They then introduce themselves as Sheena and Alice. They ask if she has a phone, and Sheena realizes Kay doesn't have one. Sheena tells her that they should get out of this forest immediately. Kay then remembers that she needs her pills for her epilepsy, so she runs back to her box, and the two girls follow her. Kay does not find her pills, and she's then suffering an epilepsy episode. However, she suddenly sees visions of a man holding an axe roaming around the forest they're in. After that, she passes out. She wakes up to see only Alice, because Sheena has left to look for help. Kay tells Alice that during her epilepsy episode, she saw a man with an axe roaming around. After that, Kay tries calling out again to Maddie, but Alice warns her to shut up her big mouth since their situation is like a hunting game and they're the prey for their captors. And also, if they get caught, Alice will leave Kay to die. After roaming around the forest further, they then see another box labeled Beast 6. When they go to check the box, they see no one inside. Just then, they see a masked man near them, nicknamed Rotface, who is slowly approaching their box. Fortunately, the girls didn't get caught. As Rotface looks away, Alice runs away with Kay and throws a stick afar to distract Rotface. However, Kay collapses due to her seizure, forcing Alice to leave her and run away. After Alice starts running, Rotface notices her and starts chasing her. Meanwhile, Kay's seizure makes her see Rotface's perspective as he chases Alice. Rotface throws the axe at Alice, but misses and hits a tree instead. Then, Alice grabs the axe to use it against Rotface. However, Rotface is very much stronger than her, and she ends up getting slowly killed as Rotface peels her face off with his axe. After Rotface kills Alice, he hears another girl scream, who is introduced as Sally. Rotface chases after her, while Kay wakes up after witnessing Rotface killing Alice in her seizure vision. After that, Kay runs away, and she arrives at the edge of the forest. However, as she tries to exit the boundary, the sirens start glowing red and prevent her from exiting. Suddenly, she hears Sally running through the field asking for help. Rotface manages to catch up to Sally, throws her an axe, and it chops her right in her back. However, Kay witnesses Rotface hesitating to kill Sally for some unknown reason. Right then, another masked man, nicknamed Skincrow, charges at Kay. This time, Kay sees another shocking event as Rotface looks at her. He then fights Skincrow to stop him from approaching Kay. She couldn't understand why Rotface was protecting her. While the two masked men are distracted, Kay decides to bring Sally to a safe location. After a fast and furious fight, Rotface loses against Skincrow as his chest gets slashed multiple times. Back in the forest, Kay and Sally take a rest. Kay decides to look for help and promises Sally that she'll be back. Unfortunately, as Kay leaves, Skincrow finds Sally by tracing her smelly scent and drags her to a tree. Then he starts pulling Sally's arms apart, killing her without any hesitation. Meanwhile, as Kay looks around for help, she gets attacked by another pig-masked man nicknamed Pigface. However, their encounter is short as Pigface's head explodes. After the attack, Kay realizes that if the masked men are near, the smelly-scented Sally will not be safe. So she goes back to look for Sally, only to see her dead with her arms torn off. After mourning Sally's death, Kay moves on to find her friend Maddie and a way to escape. She starts seeing old buildings as she walks around the forest. She follows the buildings and arrives at a map that reveals that she's in an old mining ghost town of Eureka Springs. Kay looks inside one of the buildings in the town. She notices movement outside the building, and suddenly, Kay is startled by another woman. In fear, Kay accidentally kills her with the machete she took from Pigface. Just then, Sheena arrives alongside a new girl named Rose, and they witness her killing the woman. So Kay tries to convince them that she did it by accident. Suddenly, Kay gets another seizure. In her seizure vision, she sees the perspective of another masked man. In that perspective, he shows that he has Maddie captive in a mine shaft near the town. After a while, Kay wakes up to see that Sheena has left her with Rose and taken her machete away. Then Kay approaches Rose to convince her that she isn't a bad person for trying to kill her. After that, Kay asks about Rose's encounter with another masked man near the mines. Rose replies that she did encounter a man with an owl mask guarding the mines. This proves that Kay's vision was right and that Maddie should be still alive. Kay asks if Rose remembers something about surgery on their eyes. Rose says that she remembers. After that, Kay scoops out the eye of the woman she accidentally killed and discovers an attached camera, meaning their eyes are being used to monitor all their activities and send live feeds to the game organizers hidden behind. Just then, Sheena comes back from running away from Skincrow and a new masked man nicknamed Woody, and Kay tells her about their eye cameras. After that, they make plans to escape the forest. However, their plans are interrupted when Skincrow suddenly searches the building they're in. He spots Rose and drags her out, but he doesn't kill her. Kay and Sheena then beat up Skincrow and manage to push him out of the building. After pushing him out of the building, Skincrow gives up, which gives the girls a chance to rest. Kay starts thinking about whether Rose was not killed just because she covered her face. Just then, she realized that maybe it was because of the boxes that had labels of beauty and beasts. She theorizes the rule that each beauty has one assigned beast protecting her, while the random beasts try to kill her. What's more, if the random beasts kill the beauty, then the assigned beast partner will be terminated, along with the death of his protecting target. After knowing that this is a battle royale, Kay recalls that Pigface's head exploded near the time Sally died, which proves her point and that Pigface was assigned to protect Sally. However, because Kay mentions a lot of dead girls she met, Sheena starts doubting her smelly bullshit and threatens her and Rose. Since the last pair of Beauty and the Beast will survive the game, Sheena starts thinking about killing the other two. This forces Kay and Rose to avoid Sheena, as well as the other beasts. Later, they move to another building to avoid the beast Woody, who spotted them. They find an opening on the side of the building and crawl through it. However, the fat Rose gets stuck, and Skincrow spots her and pulls her back in. Right at that time, Woody also spots Kay and starts walking towards her. This forces Kay to let go of Rose, but she still goes back inside to help Rose. They then fight Skincrow in a joint effort, which leads to Rose chopping up his self-hormone let-go fingers. Then, Skincrow manages to pin Kay to a wall and feed her his bloody, chopped-up arm. Rose uses this opportunity to cripple Skincrow's leg, which also frees Kay. After that, it managed to kill Skincrow as they impaled his guts with a huge corkscrew. After winning against him, the two girls take a break for a girly talk. After a while, they see Sheena running across the town. So Kay and Rose follow her and realize that she's going in the direction of the mine shaft where Maddie is supposed to be. Kay then confronts Sheena and reasons to her that they should find a way out together and not kill each other for the damn game. However, Sheena doesn't listen and attacks Kay. Meanwhile, Rose gets grabbed by the coming Woody and gets her hand stabbed with his knife. She manages to push him away from her. Fortunately, Woody dies in an instant as Sheena gets her head sliced in half by the coming Rotface, indicating that Sheena is Woody's assigned protecting target. Rotface then reveals that he is Beast Six, who's assigned to protect Kay. However, Kay kills him with his axe regardless of that fact. She then rescues Rose and apologizes for leaving her behind. They then go together to find Maddie in the mine shaft. There, they see her staying inside a wooden hut that Kay saw in her vision previously. However, after Kay reunites with Maddie, Rose gets jealous of Maddie. Just then, their escape plan is ruined as the mine shaft is not an escape route as expected by Kay. Suddenly, the man with an owl mask shows up and approaches them. The three of them prepare to defend. However, Kay suddenly gets a seizure. This allows Rose to kill Maddie without Kay knowing, since she was jealous of Maddie's friendship with her. Right after that, the man with an owl mask's head blows up, which reveals that he is the assigned protector of Maddie. Later that afternoon, Kay wakes up to see Maddie dead. This makes her lose hope, and she becomes irritated at Rose. Rose sees this as a betrayal, since Kay never really treated her as a dear friend, and Kay only uses her to get close to Maddie. So Rose decides to run far away from Kay. As the sun sets, Kay tries a desperate attempt to escape by scooping out her eye where the device is attached. After that, the game considers Kay's action as suicide, so they announce that Rose is the winner. After the game, the investor of that battle royale is shown viewing the game's replays. He hears a notification in his smart house that he is moving around even if he is not. He then realizes that there is an intruder in the house. However, he is too late as Kay tases him and knocks him unconscious instantly. After he wakes up, Kay demands that he give away the other members who funded this twisted battle game. At first, he doesn't comply, but after being threatened to be killed, he spills the names of the other members. Kay then talks to Maddie about what to do next, but the investor can't see Maddie. He then realizes she is insane and hallucinating, so he tries to bribe her. However, Kay starts torturing him to send a warning message to the other investors of the battle game. This is Daniel's CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.